This is Dave with MasterHoldEmPoker.com. Today we're going to talk about pot odds and hand odds and how you can use that information at the table to make logical decisions in those really crucial situations where you might not know what you need to do next. We're going to start with hand odds. In this scenario, let's say the flop's already been dealt. We got a jack, 4, and a 9. We've been given the ace-king. In this case, all we have is an ace high. We haven't hit a pair or anything yet. Now let's suppose our opponent puts like $200 in the pot. At this point, I've seen a lot of opponents just freeze. They don't really know what to do. They start rubbing on the lucky rabbit's foot, consulting the stars, and just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Look, the only way to win this game is by using mathematics. Poker is a game of math, and if you apply that directly to your strategy, you're going to come out on top every single time. In this situation, having ace-king, there's a certain number of cards that can help us in the deck. There's 6 cards, 3 aces and 3 kings. The way to figure out our chances of hitting one of those cards is to take our number of outs, which is 6, and multiply it by 4. That gives us a 24% chance of making our hand on the turn. Now let's look at this guy. He's got jack deuce. He only has 2 cards that can help him in the deck. The other jacks. He only has an 8% chance of hitting the right card. Let's move on to the turn. Turn is a 10 of spades. Now, in this case, we didn't pick up a pair or anything directly with the board to make our hand better. But what we did get is more outs, or more chances of improving our hand by the river. In this case, we picked up 4 queens. That gives us a total of 10 outs, or 10 opportunities to make the hand better by the river. Now, since there's only 1 card left to come out, our chances go down a little bit. We take the number of outs and multiply it by the number 2 to get our percentage or chance of hitting a card by the end. In this case, we have a 20% chance of hitting the card we need to make what they call the nuts, or the absolute best hand. When we look at our opponent over here, he still has the same 2 outs that he had before, so he only has a 4% chance of making his hand better by the end. In this case, if he were to bet, let's say, another $200, it would be worth it for us to call and to stay in to try to get that last card, because we have such a high percentage chance of hitting that last card, and there's a lot of money in the middle already. All right, now we're going to talk about pot odds. Pot odds, really not too bad. Let's say, for example, there's $200 already in the pot, and our opponent puts $200 into the pot. We're being asked to call $200 to stay in. The way to figure out the odds, and we'll make it simple, is to say there's 2 chips in the pot, and we're being asked to put 1 chip into the pot. That gives us a 2-to-1 pot odd. The way to figure out the mathematics on it is to take your number 1 and divide by 2. That'll give you a decimal that you can turn into a percentage. That percentage tells you exactly what kind of a hand you need to have, or the odds percentage for your hand, to be able to continue. In this case, with it being 2-to-1, we need to have a 50% chance or better to hit a card by the turn or the river in order to stay in this hand. This concludes our lesson on hand odds and pot odds. By using the mathematics that I've shown you today, you're going to be making logical decisions at the poker table. If you'd like to learn more about the game of poker, I want you to come down and see me at MasterHoldEmPoker.com. We're going to take the scariness of the poker table and simplify it for you, and take all that money you've been losing and put a stop to it. We're going to put you on the profitable side, which is exactly where you want to be. I look forward to seeing you there.